Are the prices of these designer and niche fragrances just a little bit too much? Is it more than your pocket can handle? But you still want to smell bad and bougie? But you on a budget? I get it. Me too. Well, I have got about 10 fragrances here that will have you smelling so good, just like all the other girls, but you keep your money in your pocket. So if you are interested in knowing what those are, please keep on watching. If you are new here to this channel, welcome. I do hope you consider subscribing to the channel. And if you are returning, hey girl. So please make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are new. I do have a goal of reaching 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And I appreciate you if you help me in reaching that goal. So let's get to these fragrances. Up first is Haramain's Femme. This is a decent dupe for Creed Aventus for her. So this fragrance right here has pineapple, blackcurrant, bergamot. In the top, there's cedar, rose, and in the base, there's amber, vanilla, and sandalwood. So this is definitely a fresh fragrance. This is something that will go well in the summer, spring, and even the fall, I believe. I don't necessarily know about the dead of winter, but obviously you do you wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it, right? So this definitely opens up very fresh. You get the bergamot, you get the pineapple right away. And then there is some little woodsy notes that you start to get as it continues to dry down. Now, this one I wore over the summertime, and I actually paired it with Kajal. What is that Kajal fragrance? It's the pineapple one. I'll pop a picture up so you guys can see. But that one gave me a syrupy pineapple, and this one gave me a fresh pineapple, and I was just smelling good all day long in the summertime. And even that one, I think it would go well because it's a deeper fragrance than this one is. I think it could go well in the spring in the fall, and also probably in the winter time too, more so than this one will. But this is a great fragrance. It's a great alternative to Creed Aventus. In the air, you're not going to be able to tell. And with a lot of these fragrances, after they kind of dry down and settle into doing what they're going to do, if someone passes you, or you pass someone in the air, this is going to smell very similar to the original. They're not going to be like, you don't have that on. You don't have on Creed Aventus for her. You have on Lavender. So, I'd say get your nose on this one. Yeah, if you like a pineapple note, a fresh pineapple note, you will definitely enjoy this one from Haramain. This is Femme. Up next is Khamrah Qahwa. So this is the sultrier sister to Khamrah. This fragrance this particular line is supposed to be like dupes for Angel Share. And I mean, I would say it's in that DNA, but they're not dupes in my opinion. They kind of stand on their own, but they give the same familiar scent, if you will. There's cinnamon, cardamom in here. There's a praline note, there's vanilla. And what makes this fragrance different than the other one is that there is a coffee note. There's a coffee note in the base, and that gives this a little bit more depth. So I think this one would definitely bode well. Fall, winter. This is cozy. This is unisex. You are going to get sillage, projection, longevity. It's going to last you all day. Both of them actually, be thumping and pumping. They be out here working. They be on their job, okay? They be on their job. The other one for me, my bottle is sweeter. It smells sweeter than this one. This one is still sweet, but there's that depth with the coffee note in here. There's also like tonka and benzoin in this particular fragrance, which kind of gives it a more resinous type of feel. And I think that kind of lends itself to, being unisex, making it comfortable for a guy to wear. Because I think, Angel shares unisex. I have it. I mean, I don't know very many people that don't. Let me stop lying. Most people that have a huge fragrance collection has a Kilian fragrance and they have angel share. Or love, don't be shy. But this is a phenomenal fragrance. My bottle, the lid does what it wants to do, so I have to be careful when I hold this because this thing just comes right off. But other than that, this sits well in my vanity. I have not used this one as much. I think I said in another video that I do prefer the first one, the Khamrah, because it's a little bit sweeter. But I definitely think I'll probably, make an effort to get more wear out of this one when it gets really, really cold, because they're both beautiful scents. They're both beautiful scents, and this one's gonna go perfect in the cold month. This is Qahwa by Lataffa Afnan's Mystique Bouquet. This fragrance is a dupe for Valaya. I actually had this one before I actually had the original, the OG, and I didn't know that I was purchasing a dupe for Valaya, but I love this fragrance. It has peach, white peach, mandarin lychee in the top. There's vetiver rose in the mid. There's ambroxan vanilla in the base. And there's some oak moss in here, which gives it that kind of earthy feel. This is a very bright, projecting fragrance. It almost smells like, how if you were to smell a soda, like a Sprite, how, you have that sizzling, poppy, fresh fragrance. This is what that reminds me of. I love Valaya. That's like my favorite Parfums de Marly scent. I love Mystique Bouquet. I think this is a great dupe. I don't think that you will go wrong if you're trying to decide between spending $3.75 on a bottle of Parfums de Marly or the $40 for this one. You need to get you one of these, especially if you are on a budget and you are trying to save some coins, because the holiday season is coming, and if you got family and friends and kids and all of the things like I do, they want gifts. Okay. Hell, even the groceries alone, just cooking for the holidays, it's high. So don't sacrifice your fragrance. You're smelling good, you're feeling good, because when you feel good, you look good, you smell good, all of the things. Okay, don't sacrifice that. Get you one of these. This is an amazing dupe for Valaya, for Parfums de Marly's Valaya. So this is Afnan's Mystique Bouquet. Up next is Lattafa's Rave Now Woman. This is a dupe for Burberry Her Elixir. I've said this before, that is not my favorite DNA, but I cannot deny the closeness. So this is a great dupe. I literally have sprayed this tester and I'm keeping it kind of down low, and I can smell it already. It's projecting, it's loud, it's giving Burberry Her Elixir vibes. There's red fruits and orange at the top, so it's kind of citrusy. There's lily of the valley, jasmine, and marshmallow in the mid. And in the base, there's vanilla, oak moss, and musk. And you smell the strawberries. You smell the marshmallows. People say it smells like a strawberry milkshake. I don't necessarily get strawberry milkshake, but I see what they're saying. And this is a phenomenal dupe for Burberry Her. I did get some good wear out of this. Like, the bottle is down to here. I am going to be giving this a new home, because as I am continuing to explore fragrance and my tastes are changing, my desires are changing, this is not necessarily a DNA that I feel like I am in love with. And so I will be, giving this a new home. And she good. Don't discount the quality and the likeness of this fragrance for what I'm saying, because that's just my preference. This is really, really good. It's a good dupe. It's inexpensive. It's accessible. I got this on Amazon. Yeah, you get the freshness, the sweetness of the marshmallows, and it dries down and it projects. You get longevity out of this. I want to say about 6 to 7 hours. It is still like a fruity, freshy type of fragrance. But it dries down sweet. It dries down sweet, and who's gonna know unless you tell them? So this is a great dupe for Burberry Her Elixir. Try this out. You will not be disappointed if you like that DNA, and you can save you some coins. So this is Rave Now Woman by Lattafa. This is Affection by Lattafa. A lot of these are going to be Lattafa. I'm sorry, they just are. That Lattafa is majority my, Arabian collection. This is a dupe for Kayali's Young Pistache, and I think that it's an okay dupe. I have the original. I enjoy the original. This one opens with pistachio, hazelnut. There's raspberry in the mid. You definitely get that kind of tart vibe, if you will. And then there's some lactones and vanilla and tonka in the base. This is a great dupe, but to me, it's a little more fresh. I think that the Young Pistache has like some rum in it. This doesn't feel as boozy, if you will, but it still gives off the same vibes. So if you were to mix this with something that may be a little more vanillic, rum or boozy type of fragrance, and then top this off, you might get more of the OG vibes. But this still does a decent job. I will not lie. It's giving Young Pistache, but just a lighter version, a fresher version, and not as boozy, not as heavy, and not as sweet. Like, you don't get that. I think the Vanilla 28 DNA is in kind of all of Kayali's, and that has that brown sugar note, which makes it a little thicker and warmer. You don't get that here. You get a little more freshness here. But it's still giving Young Pistache. So I would say about 80%. I would say 80% Young Pistache. I know that there are a couple of other dupes on the market. I want to say it's Kahir. I think it is Kahir Pistache, which a lot of people are saying is better than Kayali and lasts longer than Kayali. I've not smelled it. I may try and get my hands on it here soon, but I'm not sure. But if you have this one, pull her out. If you're consider this one, consider the other one. But yeah, it's giving those Kayali vibes. So try this out. This is Affection by Lattafa, the Pride collection. Up next is Shaheen Gold by Lattafa. This is also a part of their Pride collection. This fragrance opens up with pineapple and grapefruit in the top. In the mid, there's a lavender and fig. The lavender in here is not doing the most. It's not like the Burberry Goddess fragrance, so don't, be scared of that. And there's also vanilla, patchouli, and tonka in the base. The patchouli also is not loud. But if you are sensitive to it, just keep that in mind. This is kind of giving Creed Aventus vibes, ever so subtly. It does have some freshness. You get from the grapefruit, obviously, and then you also get the pineapple as well. But it's a little heavier than, I would say, the L'Aventure Femme. This one probably leans closer to Creed Aventus in the fact that it doesn't have a super bright, effervescent type of feel. It has more depth to it, but I wouldn't say that this is a dupe for Creed Aventus for the men, the original. But this is really good. This is really good. It's giving that vibe. So if you like that type of DNA, you're going to love this fragrance here. I got this over the summertime and I put a little bit of a dent into it. I would say that I feel like it would go really, really well in the colder months, which is probably why I wasn't wearing this one. The pineapple fragrance that I was just overdosing on was the Quaid Al Farsan Unlimited. That was pineapple, milky, coconut vibes. I want to spray that on just talking about it, but I think this one is going to be great for the colder months because of that tonka, that patchouli, The fig is, I feel like, a great fragrance in the fall for sure. Yeah, this is really, really good. I had to pull her from the bag and dust her off. I'm putting her to the front. I may put her on my November tray. I've got a couple things that I pulled that I want to put on my November tray already, which I think I mentioned the Musamam White Intense, and I'm going to pull her out as well. So this is Shaheen Gold by Lattafa, the Pride Collection. Up next is my baby Teriaq. Okay, I love this fragrance. I did this in the summertime. Okay, the dent was denting, and to me, I'm gonna say this is year round because I love it, but I think it will perform the best when it's cold because it has some notes that I feel like go well in the colder months. There's caramel in here, there's pink pepper in here, there's almond, leather, musk, vetiver. There's honey in here along with rhubarb. We all know that this is one of Quentin Biche's masterpieces, as we call them. This is a warm and cozy, sweet and spicy fragrance that garners lots of compliments. I got lots of compliments on this, even during the warm months, because I was spraying her down. My boyfriend was like, "Ooh, you smell good." I got stopped in the grocery store at Publix. This is good, you guys. I recommend trying this out. I don't know very many people that have had this fragrance and don't like it. Obviously, I'm sure there are some, but from the people that I have watched and watched reviews on, they have enjoyed it. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. As you can see, there's not many fragrances that I have put a dent in like this, just off of having them for a couple of months. This one, I want to say Guidance is another one. Amore Cafe. We're not talking about those because those are expensive. But at either rate, I have dented those within months of having them because they're loves for me. And this one is as well. So you are going to love this fragrance. I love it. I can't say enough about it. So this is Teriaq by Lattafa. This is Ansaam Gold by Lattafa. This is a dupe for Oriana, which is by Parfums de Marly. This opens with mandarin orange and pear. There's sweet notes, jasmine and rose are in the mid, and in the base there's raspberry, vanilla, and musk. This is, I would say, probably about an 80% dupe for Oriana. It, in my opinion, is a little bit deeper. It does have projection and longevity a little bit longer than Oriana, in my opinion, but I don't think it's a spot on dupe, if you will, but it's still in that DNA. It's still giving those Oriana vibes, okay? And if you are on a budget, I think she can scratch that itch for you, you know, because those Parfums de Marly bottles are $375 and up. And sometimes you can find them on discounters and get a little bit of a deal, you know, for like $200 or something. That's still a lot of money compared to $39.99 and 2-day shipping from Prime. But this is definitely giving Oriana vibes. It's not 100%, but she is very, very, very close. So if you were looking for something to dupe Oriana, if you like that DNA and you just are trying to save your coins, check her out. Check her out. I don't think you will be disappointed with this one. She does last long. She does. She does project. She just doesn't hit that Oriana mark 100%, in my opinion. But I mean, there are some people that said this is spot on, 1-to-1, all of the things. But for me and my nose, it's 80%. So again, this is Ansaam Gold by Lattafa, the Pride Collection, dupe for Oriana's Parfums de Marly. Up next is Rifaaqat. This is a dupe for Baby Cat. I've not smelled Baby Cat, but I have heard from so many people that this is spot on. Baby Cat is like $400. She is an elusive fragrance. You barely can find her. I think that, you know, you have to go overseas, and by overseas, I mean on the internet, to get the fragrance. But I have heard from others that this is a good dupe, a really, really, really good dupe. So I'm going to read to you the notes. They're actually printed on the back of the bottle, which I think is amazing. But the notes are LME, pink pepper, black pepper in the top. You definitely get the pepper. In the heart notes, there's saffron and olibanum. In the mid or in the base, there's vanilla and cedarwood. So this fragrance was and kind of is still a challenge for me. So when I first got this fragrance, I was like, oh my God, this smelled like burnt rubber, gasoline. What did I get myself into? Okay, I sprayed it out, let it sit, and then the vanilla started to come through, okay? And I started wanting to smell this fragrance more. It was the depth and the complexity of it that just drew me to this fragrance. And then I started layering her with sweeter fragrances, with other complex fragrances, even with guidance. I layered her with, you know, all of the sweet fragrances that you can think of. And this is a really good base for that. But I am starting to see how people can love this and love her on her own. I've not got to a point to where I can wear her on her own, but I definitely appreciate this fragrance, the DNA of Baby Cat. This is definitely going to remain in the collection. She will be a repurchase. She'll be a repurchase because I feel like for those fragrances that are just sweet and linear, this will make it more complex. So you get the pepper for sure. You get the woods in here. Is there leather? Did it say leather? It smells like a leather note, like a chap hide. But in a good way, I promise, in a good way. Now, I will say that if you do not like complex fragrances, this is not going to be your vibe. If you don't like spicy fragrances, because you get the pepper off rip, like to the point to where if you spray it too close to your face, you're going to sneeze. But this is good. Like, let me show you the atomizer. I think this is like one of the best atomizers I have almost in my collection. Look at this. Now look at that. Y'all, I got pepper in my nose. This is good though. So if you are curious about Baby Cat and you're not trying to spend $400-$500 on the fragrance, or even going on the gray market and paying a crazy amount for a decant or somebody's used bottle, pick this up. Pick this up. This is $25. $25. If you don't like it, you can always gift it to someone that you know will love it, or that likes complex fragrances. But I'm starting to get the vanilla to come through, and layering it is a perfect way to enjoy this fragrance. So this is a Rifaaqat by Paris Corner, which is a dupe for YSL's Baby Cat. Last but certainly and not the least, this is Eclaire by Lataffa, which is a dupe for Giardini de Toscana's Bianco Latte. This was all of the rage, the rave, the everything, viral sensation over the summer, okay? This is a great dupe. There's milk, caramel, and sugar. In the top, there's honey, white flowers in the mid, and there's praline, vanilla, and musk in the base. I have the original, and when I tell you the original is a beast, and when I would hear people say that, I'll be like, ain't no way. But there is a way, because if you do too much with her, she will slap you in the face. This is a little bit of a lighter wearing Bianco Latte. It still gives you those same vibes. If you want to be able to, you know, wear it all day, be beast mode with it, you will have to overspray her. but she is giving you all of the things. She's giving you the caramel. She's giving you the sugar. She's giving you the lactonic creaminess from the milk, the vanilla, the praline. This is good. And to be quite honest, you could more than likely layer her with Baby Cat. And Baby Cat is going to give you that depth, that spice, and she's going to give you the sweetness, the creaminess. And you're going to be smelling good all day long, okay? All day long. I love this one. Now, I will say, and I've said it before, I do prefer wearing the original over this one only because I like to project. I like to be like loud. Like I like to stand here and smell my fragrance as though I just put it on. So I'll be doing the most. But at either rate, she does get worn, and I definitely will be wearing this one so that I don't run out of my original too fast, because this is something that gives those same vibes. It's less expensive to replace, and is she doing what she needs to do? She understood the assignment, okay? So yeah, if you're looking for a great dupe for Bianco Latte, here she is. I know that there was another one. I think it was by, who was it by? Paris Corner, Tusquine or something like that. I've never smelled it. I've always seen the bottle. But for the girls that have had both, they say that this one is a better dupe. Again, I have never smelled the other one. I've only smelled her and the original. She's good. I can vouch for that. She's less expensive for sure. You can get her on 2-day Prime as well on Amazon. This would also make a great gift. It would make a great gift for somebody that likes creamier lactonic fragrances. To be quite honest, all of these would. All of these would. They're more budget friendly, and they give the vibes of the originals. So again, this is Eclaire by Lataffa. Alrighty guys, so those are my 10 recommendations to you all for smelling bad and bougie on a budget. It's covering all the fragrances that are cult classics, that are TikTok viral, YouTube viral fragrances that will have you smelling good while you're able to keep your coins in your pocket, okay? So if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? I do hope you consider subscribing to the channel, as I am trying to grow. And again, as I said at the top of the video, I am trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So won't you help me do that? And I hope that you are enjoying the content. Drop me a line down below. What is your, bad and bougie dupe? What are you wearing that's tricking the girls, that's helping you to keep your coins in your pocket? Let me know down in the comments. And as always, make sure you are being kind to yourself. Make sure you're being kind to others. And peace and love, y'all. The world needs it. Bye.